Do you or someone you know suffer from a dairy allergy or from lactose intolerance? According to Hollian, the fact of the matter is 2.5% of children under the age of 3 suffer from a severe milk allergy. Almost all children do outgrow this age by the time they get older, but it makes things very difficult in the time being. There's also soy and almond milks, but most children that are allergic to dairy are also affected by soy or almond milk. And also they're very expensive. Today I'm going to let you know on a little secret of mine known as rice milk, which has worked wonders for my children as they're both allergic to dairy products. Now, you can buy rice milk in stores, but if you're from a rural area like I am, you may have to travel up to 60 miles to one way to get it. That and it is very expensive. So, today I will begin by gathering the ingredients you will need, measuring them out, then we will prepare the recipe, blend it, and I will show you how to properly serve it and store it. I would like to begin with which ingredients you will need and the amount. Now we're going to make 2 different types of rice milk. So first of all, you're going to need 2 large saucepans, a fine mesh strainer, and mason jars for storing with lids on them. Okay, now we're going to need 8 cups of water for cooking, which I already have 4 in here, and there's 4 in here, and we'll probably need another 8 for diluting. Okay, and now we're going to need 2 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 cinnamon stick broken into pieces, 2 tablespoons of oil, and we're going to need 2 1/4 cups of sugar. Now that we've gathered all the ingredients, let's put them together. Now, for the preparation of the rice milk, by putting all these ingredients together, for the first recipe, which is going to be regular rice milk, we're going to put the 4 cups of water into this pan, which I've already done, and we're going to bring it to boil over a high heat. So I already have this one boiling. So once the water is boiling, we're going to take 1/2 cup of the rice, and we're going to slowly pour it into the pot. And we are going to turn our stove down to a simmer. Now we're going to let this simmer here for about 3.5 hours. For the second recipe, which is cinnamon rice milk, also known as horchatas, which is a Mexican drink, we're going to combine the other 4 cups of water
How am I supposed to get in here?
and we are going to combine the other 1/4 cup of rice, and we are going to add the cinnamon stick. Broken into pieces. Okay, now we're going to set this aside for about 3 hours. After it's set aside for about 3 hours, we're going to simmer it on a high heat for about 30 minutes. Okay, so now that we've mixed our rice together, our next move is to blend our recipes, which I have already prepared some on the side. And so for the first one that we've cooked for about 3.5 hours, we're going to fill the blender half with the mixture. It's not quite half. And then we're going to fill at least that much more up with water. Okay, and then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, to here, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, we're going to need 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay. Now we're going to blend these until it's very smooth. Now this is already pre-blended, so you're probably going to want to blend it for a little bit longer than that. Okay. Now, once you have it blended until it's very smooth, you're going to take your fine mesh strainer over a pitcher. You're going to want to strain it twice, which I've already strained it once, so I'm only going to strain it one more time. We're going to pour it through here. Now you're definitely going to need a fine mesh strainer because other regular strainers are just not little enough to get all this stuff out. Okay, so this has already been blended twice. You're going to want to do this one more time though, as I've only done it once. And then for storing, you're going to want to put it in a mason jar. I use pints. You can use quarts or however much or how little you'll need. You're going to pour it in the mason jar. And then you're going to want to chill it for about 1 to 2 hours. Okay. Now, for the second recipe, the horchatas, we are not going to add any water to this one. So this is the already made recipe. It's going to be very thick, kind of like a rice pudding. So we're going to add that into our blender. We're not going to add any water. And we're going to need about the same ingredients here. We're going to need the 1 teaspoon of vanilla, one tablespoon of oil. The oil just makes it a little bit creamier. And 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay. And now we're going to blend this until it's very smooth as well. I've already pre-blended this one, so you're going to need to do it for a lot longer than that. And I've already strained it once, and so I'm going to strain it one more time because you're going to need to strain it for a total of 2 times. And I'm going to go ahead and strain this one right into here. So you're going to use your fine mesh strainer once again, and you're going to strain it right into the container. This one is going to be a lot thicker as we did not add any extra water in here. So you can serve this over ice, or you could just serve it cold and drink it. So this is also going to want to be chilled for about 1 to 2 hours. Okay. So now each recipe should fill up anywhere from 1 to 3 mason jars. And like I said, once you've filled up your jars, then you're going to put the lids on. Oh, wrong one. Put the lids on, and you have rice milk, and you store it in your refrigerator. Okay, so now that you have the recipe, you can make your own rice milk, and it will save on your pocketbook by far, as this only cost me about 20 cents per quart to make, compared to $4 a quart at the store. Plus, it is very healthy and very tasty, and you and your kids may even enjoy this more than cow's milk. So now that I've shown you how to make rice milk, how to serve it, and how to store it, I surely hope you will take advantage of this convenient and efficient recipe for delicious rice milk.